Soul power are the power of the individual consciousness, power of the consciousness, power of that quantum field. Mind power, we as in dual nature, power of that. When we are in the dual nature, the highest thing that holds us, that drives our dual nature of our reality is mind. So we utilize that mind power fully. And then a non-dual nature, where we are that consciousness, or this field, we utilize its power fully. So manifestation is mind power plus the power of that field, which is termed soul in various scriptures. We keep the reserve, but we're going in and saying power of the field and power of mind. It couldn't be more simpler than that, dear friends. It couldn't be more simpler than that. Monday, we learned of thoughts and feelings create reality. Feelings are emotions, right? Feelings and emotions are two sides of the coin. Emotion in the body, feeling in the cognitive mind, in the mind. So thoughts and feelings create our reality, and mind is a bundle of thoughts. And the soul, or the individual consciousness, is a bundle of emotions, feelings. That's why when we say heart is intuition, it's because it's coming from that field. So this is nothing but a bundle of emotions, and then mind is a bundle of thoughts. Thoughts and feelings create realities. Perfect, isn't it? Perfect formula. So then what do we need to do? How can I change my thoughts and feelings so that I actually create a reality the way that I want it to happen? So thoughts is, mind is a bundle of thoughts. I've got to work with my mind, change my thoughts, and then feelings, which is the power of my consciousness. I want to change the feelings so that combined, that I produce a reality that I would want to have. A brilliant explanation by Patrice, the Grandmaster. I'm always grateful for learning so many things from him. Just the way we are applying gratitude. I apply gratitude for my master. It feels great. Gratitude is the highest state of receivership. I don't know how many actually utilize it very well, dear friends. It's there. It's easy. It's so easy to actually be grateful to someone who has actually helped us, right, and grow, evolve. This Grandmaster simplifies the teaching. Simplify. Inclusive and simplification. So our thoughts and feelings create reality, and so we're going to understand this manifestation science. One of the key aspects of the 6 weeks program is understanding this principle of manifestation, because in this program we recognize that there's a law of infinity. There is infinite ways of creation, there is infinite ways of enjoyment, infinite ways of experience. Once we understand that, then we are seeking experiences, peace, health, happiness, memory power. They all will come. They're byproducts. They'll have to come. When we are becoming empty of all thought, first thing that's going to happen is the stresses are removed, so body is going to get healthy anyway. And remove all the thought, worrisome, anxious thoughts. So obviously we stop complaining, stop judging about other people, right? We no longer have that thing we don't complain anymore, because that thoughts only are not there. So there's a question of complaining. So we'll have to improve our relationship. It's going to happen. Relationship will improve, health is going to improve. But what are you going to do with it? We're going to seek more and more experiences to give us great enjoyment, manifestation. So this we will understand today, the full formula for manifestation. There'll be lots of things that we'll try to learn, because I want us to introduce that power of mind. The power of consciousness we're already introduced in our meditation every day. We want us to introduce the power of mind into our meditation as soon as possible, so that we have an opportunity to practice for the rest of the program. So let's understand this today. Let's go into the meditation. And then will understand the full manifestation process and giving us an opportunity to start practicing it from tomorrow. So relax yourself, dear friends. Sit comfortably. For those of you who are new, we are doing breath mindfulness meditation. Our goal in this meditation is to empty the mind and experience that greater emptiness that exists everywhere. Our goal is to empty the mind, remove all unwanted thoughts, so that increase the power of our mind. And we do this simply by observing our normal natural breath. So this is called breath mindfulness meditation. The posture is very, very simple, as you are sitting on the chair, or you could sit on the floor, cross-legged on the chair. So fingers cross your feet at ankle. Second, fingers into fingers. Rest your hands comfortably in your lap. Third, eyes closed. Remove the specs. Sit comfortably, eyes closed, fingers into fingers, placing hands comfortably in your lap, feet crossed at ankle. So we will make the body still with this process. The body becomes still and yet very comfortable, so that it can cooperate us to still the mind. And to still the mind, what we do is observe, take any point on the nose, tip, middle, root, anywhere, and then observe breath is going in, coming out, going in, coming out. As you're observing the breath, you may get distracted when you go into the thought. Mind is controlling us at this point, so we go back to the thought. Mind pulls us back into the thought. So when we recognize you're thinking, bring your attention back to the breath again. Again, a few seconds later, you'll go back to the thought, bring your attention back to the breath. Be very gentle. Do not be harsh on yourself, because it's not an expectation that you're going to be empty all the time. It's not necessary. It is great to have, it's not necessary. And many a times it's not possible also. So we will be in the thought state and then observing the breath state. And as you observe the breath, slowly, slowly, mind becomes empty. That is a process given. We observe the breath, breath becomes lighter, mind becomes empty. And as the mind is getting empty, then we start experiencing this greater emptiness, which is full of energy. And before we go into this meditation, we are doing something called heart elevation. Follow my guidance actively for heart elevation, where we are filling up our heart with an heightened emotion of love, gratitude, compassion, kindness, adventure, any of these emotions, by reliving an event from our life, from our past. Any event where you felt great love, great compassion, great appreciation, bring up that event and relive it, and then fill up your heart with that emotion. So this is something we do it as a way to slow down our brain, apart from any other benefits. You can go back and look at the video on the day 1 and day 2 about why we're doing this. Relax yourself, sit comfortably. With your eyes closed, scan your body from head to toe. Relax every bit of that body. I'll be playing music shortly. Dear friends, dear masters, with your eyes closed, keep your hands on your chest area. Rest your attention on your sacred heart and on your breath. Take a slow, long, relaxing breath. And can you feel your beautiful heart? Breathe more and feel that seat of all emotions, which is expanding all life with its love energy. With its gratitude energy, or energy from any of the heightened emotions. Breathe in to your heart center and feel that beautiful heart, which is a primary connection into this quantum field for our experiences of life. I want you to bring up an experience and fill up your heart center with any of the heightened emotions of love, gratitude, compassion, kindness, care. Relive a moment from your life of this heightened emotion. Or bring up that event from your future, from your mind movie, and then live it as if it's happening for you right now, and fill up your heart, dear friends, with that emotion. Feel more. Live more of that experience, dear friends, and fill up your heart center and allow yourself to expand the energies from that center. Every thought is energy. Every feeling is energy. Can you feel the love, gratitude, compassion? And can you become one with all things and everybody as you live that experience more and more? We're all deeply interconnected. In this quantum entanglement, we're all one. Love is the way. Gratitude, compassion are all the ways to become one again. To multiply the experience of a life to experience that greater consciousness. Feel more, experience more of that event, dear friends. Live it as if it's happening for you now, and fill up your heart center with that heightened emotion, and feel it in every part of your body. Remember, the more you can feel, the more you become one with that emptiness. As you're experiencing that emotion, I want you to slowly, with your fingers into fingers, go into breath mindfulness meditation. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath, dear friends. In this meditation, we observe our normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath, dear friends. No forceful inhalation, no forceful exhalation. Observe. Just that in-breath and the out-breath. Our goal is to empty the mind. Our goal is to merge into that greater emptiness, your greater mind, that omnipresent consciousness. Be with your breath. Become one with the in breath and the out breath, dear friends. And we observe our mind becomes slowly empty. As our mind is becoming empty, we channelize all the energy into the generous present moment. We increase the power of our mind. Deep breath. One with that in breath and the out breath. Be with your breath. Become one with that in breath and the out breath. Allow yourself to slowly and slowly become empty of all the thoughts in your mind. It is natural to have thoughts. When you recognize your thinking, gently bring your attention back to your breath. Breathe into your breath. Allow yourself to slowly become empty of all thoughts in your mind. And as your mind is empty, can you feel any sensations in your body? Allow yourself to merge in breath and slowly become empty of all thoughts in your mind. As your mind is empty, can you find that emptiness inside your body? Become aware of that emptiness. All around your body. Allow yourself to go deeper and deeper into that emptiness where there is no body, where there's no thing, in no time and no place. As you are becoming one with your breath, can you feel emptiness inside of you, all around you, spreading far and wide? Remember, we are tiny matter, all energy, all emptiness. The more we empty ourselves of all thought, the more we experience that emptiness all around. Become aware of that emptiness, of no body, of no thing. That's energy. All emptiness is energy. This is the quantum energy field with infinite possibilities and opportunities. Stay aware of this emptiness as no body, as no thing, and experience this abundance of energies in this field. Tune in to the healing energy, mystical energy, empowerment energy, love energy, or whatever that you can become aware of. The longer we stay in this field of unlimited, the more we become of it, the more we receive from it. Allow yourself to merge into your breath. and merge into that emptiness where everybody and everything is connected. The longer we stay in the emptiness as no body, as no one, the more we experience everybody and everyone. Go deeper and deeper into that emptiness and experience your wholeness again. Experience your divine self again. Friends, express gratitude. Gratitude for living this beautiful life. Come on, open your hearts. Express your deep gratitude to your parents for giving us this beautiful connection to this universe. Be grateful to your teachers and mentors for expanding your knowledge and wisdom. Be grateful to all the people in your life for helping us learn so many things, to your family, to your friends, your colleagues, your relatives, everybody. Be grateful to all the things we use, the technology, the places we go, our governments and companies are supporting our lives in many ways. Be grateful to this grand nature, the bird, the fish, and the animals, for being an integral part of our life. Be grateful to yourself for caring for you, for caring for others. Be grateful to this intelligent universe for allowing us to experience so much more in this life. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Relax your body. Feel your body. And let the autonomous nervous system process the energies. As you relax, recollect your experience from the session. How did you feel? What did you see? What have you experienced? And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds and then open your eyes. Okay. We most certainly are training, installing a new brain circuit to experience that emptiness, to access the power of this consciousness. So as we are relaxing in, let's understand this manifestation science. Let me pull up some slides. On Monday, we understood from quantum physics model that our observation collapses the possibility without any exception. And if thoughts and feelings are equal to observation, then we understand how do we move these thoughts and feelings, and how do we change the thoughts and feelings to something that supports our future, our dreams, something that supports manifestation of dreams and desires. So, our thoughts in the mind, we've been hearing this consistently. 95% are repetitive, drain our energy. So, first thing, the thoughts we're talking are now the conscious mind, our brain. Our mind is conscious mind, subconscious mind, unconscious mind. For simplicity, we subconscious, unconscious, we talk in the same breath. So there's conscious mind, subconscious mind. Thoughts in the conscious mind significantly, the feelings and memories are in the subconscious mind. Anything that's a repetitive, repeated often it goes into the subconscious mind, which becomes an habit, which becomes a behavior, a habit. Behavior. When you step out onto the road, when you're driving onto the road, the moment you come out of your home and then get onto the road, automatic comment that we make, oh, today Monday, this traffic is like this. Automatic. It's just, it happens because we've been repeating it again and again. It goes in without even you realizing it. That's a redundant, repetitive, of no use at all. So the thoughts in the mind are 95% are repetitive, redundant. And many of them, these thousands of thoughts that are there, and most of them are negative, are useless. Negative or useless. Or traffic is like this is negative. Making a comment on the company is negative. Making a comment on a colleague is generally negative. Oh, this person has showed up again. Why is he in the meeting? It's all coming from a past experience. So the repeated thoughts, the way brain is learning, is strengthening that memory, strengthening that thought a lot more, because brain is forming always new neural connections. It's called cells that fire together. So every time you learn something, a set of connections formed, neural connections, and every time you repeat it, then another set of connections form to strengthen that memory. So each time we receive a stimulus from the environment, then suddenly we bring up a memory associated with that environment, that what we see it. If we see a dog, and if we had an experience of dog chasing us in the past, so the moment we see a dog, immediately that memory comes up, right? So that stimulus that is processed and then brings up a memory from our long-term subconscious. And as soon as the memory came up, it sends a signal, right, goes into the body to feel an emotion associated with that memory. So the thoughts are that at the moment the stimulus comes, it is a thought. Okay, the dog is seen, is a thought. And then as soon as that is there, then it produces, then it goes up, brings up a memory from a subconscious recorded. In this case, the dog chasing us, or biting, or whatever that is. And then automatically it comes up, and then so it produces a certain level of chemicals that go down into the body to produce an emotion. And in this case, a fearful, an anxious, because something past has happened, so automatically our heart is changing its beat. There are all kinds of body reactions going on, including cortisol. So because of this body emotion, then our body sends another signal back into the conscious mind, and where we feel, we have that feeling there. The conscious mind process, it's an analytical, so it is processing a feeling. So feeling in the mind, we feel it. Oh, this is what is happening to me. And so that feeling in the conscious mind now produces one more thought. It goes and then triggers one more memory. Now, this time perhaps is a memory of your friend telling you a story about dog chasing somebody else. So that comes up, right? So then that produces more signals into the body to feel more of that emotion. We are reliving a past experience, just simple thoughts. So these thoughts and feelings are a continuous loop. It's called thinking, feeling loop, and then it keeps happening. So that's why the moment we see any stimulus that triggers a past memory that has repetitively been lived, and then it becomes so strong that it is so much in the body that our body keeps producing that emotion pretty quickly. A cell phone rings, we have WhatsApp, and then everybody probably has the ringer on. No matter what we do, the moment cell phone rings, our hand invariably goes there and then pulls it, right? Just picks up. So that's called body condition to actually do that action without even you realize it. Because it's been done so many times, rehearsed so many times, that the moment that message comes signaled, and then immediately long-term memory process it and sends off certain level of signal to the body to go and then invariably act on it. So our body is so conditioned for these emotions and feelings. So, but all of it is starting from this stimulus. Now, what is the way out? How do we avoid all these thoughts? Now, this is all thought in the subconscious that is generally there. See, the start in the conscious that is keeps coming up based on the bed of subconscious. It's called the chitta. The subconscious is got these memories, deep-rooted feelings, beliefs, and it's a chitta. And then on top of it, it keeps producing all these various kinds of thoughts that can easily keep coming up because of that. Stimulus taken and then processed around the subconscious, what is stored, and then immediately a thought arises. Only exception is anything new that you're learning, where there's nothing to associate. So at that point, then you actually take that in, right? And something new that you learn for the first time. So these thoughts and feelings which are there, which is thinking group, which is happening in the body and keeping us bound to it. And so in this case, if you didn't want to pay attention on the traffic, but still it was so conditioned, so you keep paying the same attention, so you keep producing the same feeling, and hence you keep producing the same condition in your life, more and more traffic every day. Or the dog chasing, the moment you see the dog, you feel that, okay, dogs are going to chase us, and then so you're perhaps going to encounter that again and again because you're reliving that experience. So the first thing, dear friends, is to move these thoughts into an elevated thought. I don't know, change them into something that supports us. We call it elevated thoughts. 4 types of thoughts: disastrous, negative, positive, miraculous. As Patriji organized them, classed them. Of course, many people can organize into many different types. Disastrous, negative, positive, miraculous. If you talk it in the context of a deal that your company or business receives, we have a little capability, we write a glorified spec sheet, and then sales team goes and sells, right? Very common. We all know it. Your capability may be 10, but what is sold is perhaps 10,000 times more. Right? You have this massive deal that comes in. A person who's miraculous minded is understands the gap that exists, and says that, looks back and said, did we ever solve something like this in the past, where there is so much knowledge gap between what we did versus what we need to do? And then looks back and says, okay, so last time we did a similar deal where we knew that we only had little skill, but we still pulled off. It is possible. So the miraculous person thinks that, yes, this is a great opportunity, sees an opportunity, even though a big deal has been sold with a little capability to deliver. So the person here who is delivering, it receives and it's a great opportunity. So he puts his attention on something that has worked in the past and says this too can be done, inspires the team, and then moves forward. And then perhaps they deliver well within the time given the client, and you get great accolades. He thinks that yes, I can deliver it, and then absolutely we're going to make it happen, and the client will be very happy. I get the best accolades from the client. They get it. Positive person feels a little worried, okay, there's so much gap, what I can do versus what I have capability versus what needs to be delivered. I think we're going to fail. But however, like anything, we're going to learn as we go along. I'm going to fix them, and then we're still going to make it successful. I'm confident. So still positive. These people will go deploy the project, but as he felt, I think it's going to fail. It will fail. Maybe it's failing once a month, and they're trying to work on it, settle it down, and then instead a 6 month deadline, they perhaps finish in 9 months, but still client is happy. You still get a reasonably decent acknowledgement of it. Then the positive person, then the negative person, in this case, I got to disable this utter denotation. Okay. So the negative person in this case is very simple. Dear friends, he is saying, how can this work? It's not going to work. I don't have the skill. I can't deliver it. It's not possible. Management is nuts. Somebody accepted it. But then management says you got to deliver it. And say it's going to fail. So that's fine. So that's the conversation constantly this leaders has with the team members, and then collectively they're going to deliver it. But then this thing works but keeps failing, keeps failing. So maybe a year later, customer says you got to pull it out. It just doesn't work what you guys delivered. So it's pulled out. So negative person is pulled out, and then you had to go through a lot of heartburn, and it's pulled out. Disastrous person is just not possible. It's just constantly yelling, shouting, and then but he's just doing it because management asked him to do. He says it's going to be a blunder. It's got to fail on day one. So the moment they go and put it in, and day two, it's going to crash the production system perhaps significantly, and customer is just voted as out immediately. So this is a various levels of thought from a miraculous thinking is basically where we place our attention. Miraculous versus disastrous. But we have all types of thoughts different at any given time. And we get distracted into based on past experiences or hearsay or the environment. What is the way to avoid getting into the trap of all these various kinds of thoughts? One good way is oftentimes happening because we ourselves do not have a clear goal of why am I there in that role? What is my goal? If the person, the leader in this case, if the person has a goal that, okay, I want to, in my career, had an opportunity to deliver a large project, or I'm going to be growing my organization by 10,000 people, or whatever that number is, that if you have a goal, then when the moment you have a goal, then you see everything as an opportunity. There's no goal, there's no thinking about the goal, so then all you have is you keep drifting away. You keep drifting away into the past. So the first thing in manifestation is to set in a clear goal or a dream about a vision. You set a future vision. Say, where do you want to go? How do you see yourself in few years from now? It's always important in management when people ask you, where do you see yourself? That means, do you have something to think about, to dream about, so that you can navigate yourself? Because what you seek is seeking. So first thing, dear friends, is to elevate your thoughts, and which means set and dream about your vision of the future. What does that mean? Create a vision and goals that inspire every part of you. Every day you wake up, you got to feel so good about it. It has to motivate you. There is a meaning of why you're waking up, and then you're not dragging yourself to office. Instead, there is a reason why you're going there, because it means something special to you to get that promotion, to grow that organization where you have the opportunity to work with a lot many minds, whatever that may be. But you got to have a clear vision. The moment we have the vision and a goal, dear friends, then automatically our actions are whatever that is coming in a way, we're trying to align it towards vision. So many say, I don't have clarity. So meditation is giving the clarity for that goal setting. What is right for me? And then as you set the goal, then we talk about something called visualization. So we got to dream about it. every day, at least once a day, at least twice a day, once in the morning. So we're going to integrate that into our meditation. So every time you go in meditation, at the end of the meditation, you visualize about a great future, vision of this future, as if it's happening. Dream. Dream like Mahatma Gandhi did. Dream like it is said that many business leaders, many startup founders, they're successful because they're dreaming a lot. They're dreaming a lot. They're dreaming about how they're meeting customers, how they are solving the customer challenges, whatever that original idea is. They're excited about because it's going to solve a real problem. So they dream as if they solve the problem, and then how the client is happy, how it is solving. Then you think about how it's solving a problem, then you know automatically you are living that experience. So you got to if setting a dream, a vision of the future, which inspires us. So you can't take something very small, incremental, very conservative that comes from the past. We got to break the ceiling, and then we got to think something larger. We at Buddha Seva Quantum Foundation, we dream that we're going to touch 100 million leaders and aspiring leaders in the next 10 years. We got to be part of this whole transformation that's happening in the world. We dream. Leaders and aspiring leaders get transformed and inspired. And we are working towards it. And then I can tell you, we are reaching, and then so many people. Just yesterday, when we had this program, 1,100 people, 1,100 graduating students joined the program. For them to think of meditation, joining for meditation, being there, and then meditate for full 35 minutes, and then be in an hour of session, it's great. Aspiring leadership. So first and foremost, dear friends, is to move into these elevated thoughts, and elevated thoughts is to set a clear goal, and meditation is helping us set those goals, things that are unnecessary. I want you to take up and write a message, or think about what you've collected and then write down a few points about it. Send a message to your friend, or in the chat, in your WhatsApp group, whatever that you understood so far. Can you write those? The more we recollect and write, the more it sticks. So far, we learned post meditation. Summary of what we learned. If you have somebody in the room, talk to them, explain to them. One of the reasons why we forget what we learn is because there's no repetition. Learn, do, be. So if you do it, so doing is when you want to implement it, but at least we can recollect it. That's also the reason why you never forget the tables, because we repeat enough times. So there's a great opportunity to write it down. And then perhaps, you know what, if you send that message to your friend and say, hey, manifestation is seeking us to set a clear goal and then dream about it, maybe that's just life-changing message for them. Okay, so we come back. So first thing is elevated thoughts, having a clear goal and then dreaming about it, visualization. I'm going to talk about this tomorrow before we set and start doing it. Visualization is about power of mind. Visualizing and dreaming about a future as if the future is happening for us right now. In short, that's what visualization, but understand this tomorrow. Now, about feelings. Lawrence must have talked about these limiting emotions, that guilt, that lack consciousness, separation, loss, all those things are all limiting emotions. The limiting emotions are leading to limiting beliefs. Slowly we form because we keep experiencing an emotion. that leads to a limiting belief. Now, in the beginning, I said, and we actually heard Patriji say, power of mind and power of soul, and then I'm using the word consciousness. Power of consciousness is a deadly combination for manifestation. Manifestation is using power of mind and then using power of consciousness. Power of mind. Mind is bundle of thoughts. So we said move the thoughts to elevated thoughts by setting a goal and visualize and dream. Now, what do you do for the consciousness? Power of consciousness is what? Infinite, unlimited. But who is limiting it? Our beliefs. Where are they? The subconscious, unconscious, they are there sitting in there. Subconscious, it's in the mind. Unconscious, it's in the cell. It's in the cell memory. So the limiting beliefs are there, which is basically limiting. What is a limiting belief? Women have disadvantages in the society. How many people have that? It's a limiting belief. Wake up. It's a limiting belief. As we understand this science, it's so liberating. We have to work hard. We've been told work hard is there. Work hard not for like hard labor, right? We have to not waste time. When we understand matters of meditation, we recognize that we don't waste time. There's no hurry, no worry, but we don't waste time. So from that perspective, yes, we constantly do something, but you don't have to work hard for to make something happen. We actually become smarter, right? Rather than doing physical work, we start doing mind work. Rather than doing mind work, we start doing energy work. That quantum field is energy work, right? Physically, there is a process we keep repeating again and again and again. Physically, when you document it, then it becomes easy. So it's smart work, right? And then dreaming about it through energy in this visualization, which you're going to learn, is even more smarter. It's got no work. So men have to work hard. So that means the moment you have this belief, if suppose something comes to us readily, we just cannot accept it. How is it possible? No, no way I can get this kind of increment suddenly. Because we're not even ready. I didn't even work for it. How can I get it? Because we're not ready to accept, we reject it. That's the consciousness we have. That's the vibration we have. So we start rejecting things that come in our way when we feel this way. And then we always feel, oh, I didn't put enough effort, so I don't think I'll get it. Right? When you have this belief that we have to work hard, and in a team, if some colleagues worked really hard, and then if you perhaps you didn't give that time, but you didn't have to give the time, then you say, I didn't put enough time, so it's no way I can get a good raise this time. Discounting, you perhaps have done something great in the past, but we only look from the limited time and say, I didn't do enough work, because we measure it based on when I have to work hard. So all these limiting beliefs limit ourselves into latching onto the opportunity or rejecting what can come, because our vibration of feeling is manifesting. Feeling is putting a certain level of electromagnetic signature, putting certain level of electromagnetic energy out there. That German university, when they did the research, our thought and then matched up feeling, the feeling can be up to 5,000 times more powerful in terms of putting that energy. No wonder the power of mind is X, the power of consciousness is significantly higher. So that's why feelings and beliefs, which matter a lot. So we got to change our vibration, the feeling and emotion quite a bit if we want to manifest stuff. It's not enough to merely think at the thought level, which is purely using power of mind. It is important to change our state of being, that feeling in our heart. That's why we do this heart elevation. There isn't anything more powerful than heart elevation. We are going straight to the tip. We are going straight to the pinnacle of it. There are many meditations, many processes, and heart elevation is one of the highest, because once you understand this power of emotion, the more heightened emotion you can feel, the more stronger you're putting that signature to draw that event. Experiment it. We'll understand this. Experiment it. So our personality, which is basically all these limiting beliefs, are formed by the age of 30 to 35 years, right? First 7 years with at-home parents, then with the kindergarten, some of the teachers, then significantly with friends, then engage, which is stepping into these companies, and then another 7 years, it's all, we have a set of influences at each seven stages, but then we are getting there, and then by the time of 35 years, usually we have these beliefs formed. So like I said, our power of consciousness is infinite, unlimited. We are limiting. So what we have to do, unlike in case of power of mind, where we increase the mind's energy by meditation, and then also we increase the power by visualizing more and more and more, because mind can visualize in any form. So that's power of mind, increase it. Whereas power of consciousness is by removing any limiting beliefs. That's all we have to do. We have to remove the limiting beliefs because it by itself is infinite. Limiting beliefs project limiting things. So all these beliefs, dear friends, we have to work on changing them. The reason for, of course, why it's happening is conditioning, repetition. Parents told us, environment told us, friends told us, and automatically we become that, right? So repetition. We keep living off it. So what do we have to do? We have to reprogram the beliefs or we change the personality. How do you change the personality? Can anybody guess? How do you change the personality? Let me skip this slide. There are reasons, many reasons of why do you. How do you change the personality? I want to say we do these three things. One, of course, meditation. We do meditation regularly so that we can be in the present moment. We are aware of what is the state of being at a given time, right? If somebody is driving by a BMW, and we look at it and say, when will I have this BMW? I'm earning this much and it's going to take a long time. We feel sad for somebody, despair for somebody driving a BMW. Lack consciousness. But then when we are in present moment aware, we immediately catch that and say, hey, why am I in this state of being? Let me shift my vibration. Right? You at least recognize, then we understand this. Then the moment you recognize what you do with it, we got to rewire a brain with the neural circuits, with the right wisdom. Learn from these books. Right? Dear friends, anybody wanting to do manifestation, they must read this book, Become Supernatural. Right? We have to read this book. We got to read. When I stop sharing, then I'll show the books. We got to read these books. We are aware of what to do with our feeling. Then what do you do with it? You got to change it to something larger. How do you do expand your consciousness? That there is something called lack consciousness, there is something called abundance consciousness. Poverty consciousness, prosperity. When you're paying bills, feeling grudging and sad, and then say, oh, this phone company exploits me, that's poverty consciousness. We use the service, but then we keep constantly always think and say, oh, the landlord exploiting, this phone company exploiting. Poverty consciousness. Change the thought, change the vibration. I'm grateful, I got a great service. I'm grateful, I'm living in this apartment. So let me pay generously. One is where you're separating yourself, another is where you're becoming one with the other person, right? Think about it. If it's your close friend who is rented an apartment to you, or if it's your brother who rented an apartment to you, perhaps you wouldn't think that way. Okay, my money is going to my brother only, my close friend only, it's okay. So this is rewiring a brain neural circuits with the right wisdom, learning from the masters and books. So that is a way we can actually help ourselves to remove all these limiting beliefs that are there in our subconscious, dear friends. We remove our limiting beliefs. Now, one more thing, in addition to that, we also develop these empowering beliefs, which are point in time. So if I have a limiting belief, I'm starting a business, and then I see that it's a great opportunity, and I want to execute that market. And the market for you, you are sitting in the United States, the market is in Japan. Then this limiting belief is there, or to be successful in Japanese market, I have to be in Japan, and say, oh, I'm in the US, so it's going to be tough for me to actually succeed in the market. It's a limiting belief. So we got to change that limiting belief to empowering beliefs. So empowering belief is what you're saying. Identify at least one company where the founders or whatever that influential people are also they sat in the United States, but actually made the business very successful. So if you identify a possibility where it is successful, so that your empowering belief will be, if Mr. So and so is able to do it, you take inspiration from them and say, I can also do it. Right? We often put our attention on a thing that does not work. Most of the time, things fail because you're not local to the market. So you say, oh, I'm not local to the market, it's going to fail. Because that's what most of the time it might have happened. It comes from the general state of being of that individuals. So we need to focus on that. Instead, we got to pick a possibility that happened and then focus on it, dear friends. This is called empowering belief. Hopefully, we'll have time to learn. But if you didn't have time to learn, it's okay. This is one part of this whole thing. The big part in this is reading and reading and reading and expanding our consciousness so that we constantly remove our beliefs. So now with all of this put together, dear friends, and then if we have to sum up, science of manifestation, right? 5 point formula. What's the time? We're at it. 5 point formula for manifestation. Be in the present moment with simple breath meditation, because you saw meditation there in both the slides, right? In elevated thoughts, elevated feelings. Be in the present moment with simple breath mindfulness meditation and directing all our energy towards whatever that we wish to have. This is where we're increasing the power of thought. You can say power of mind, right? We're increasing it because that energy is liberated when we actually dropped all that unwanted, unnecessary negative thought. So all of that energy is there to now apply, right? That's one. Now, as part of this meditation, as we're emptying ourselves, and you know that we're becoming one with this quantum energy field, which is that consciousness, right? So we are now accessing by the power of this consciousness, right? We access, we recognize that there is something larger exists than us, and then we access its power, full power, which how much is it? Unlimited, unknown, so infinite potential. So we can get any potential work for us. Like that example of the Japanese market where I'm sitting in the United States, it is a possibility that your business can still flourish. You are sitting in the US, you can still execute by attracting right partners in the Japan market, and then you can still execute. It's a possibility. So we have many possibilities. We keep accessing those possibilities by being in touch with this field. So in meditation, so 1 and 2, we are doing a regular meditation so far. Taken care. 3, we got to set our goals, clear vision of the future, and then regularly recall them, regularly dream about them, elevate your thoughts. We got to do this. Part of manifestation, all of us. I encourage all of you to start thinking about what is that little thing that you want to, or some big thing, or whatever that is. You want to set a goal to experiment. It can be very tiny. I'll tell you, Richard Bach wanted to just experiment. What is this thoughts create reality? So he was sitting in a restaurant, and then he said, by the time I finish my meal, I'd like to see a bird feather floating by and see if it's going to work. So it's a great surprise. In a few minutes later, actually a feather, he wanted to see a bird feather, that's all. He didn't say, I want to see it floating. He said, okay, let me see if I can see a bird feather. And then in a few minutes later, a feather actually started just floating away as the wind is carrying it outside by the window. The point I'm trying to say is that you can take any small thing, a big thing, but to experiment, right? That hike, that business growth, or that relationship, or somebody who you think is nasty to you, you start visualizing and say, okay, somebody's going to come and then become better at you. Whatever that is, set a goal, or go straight. If you are very clear about what you want, and then go straight, set your goal, right? And then create a mind movie for it. Tomorrow I'm going to talk about this, but create a movie around if that goal happens for you, how does your life, how will your life change? You got to think of a sequence of events, a future life that you may experience, so that the more you can experience all of that, because it's all about feelings, then you can send the right signals to draw that possibility into your reality. Fourth one, reprogramming these beliefs. I said keep reading, that is while that is there, but developing that empowering belief, and then keep affirming that empowering belief along with this visualization of your future. This fourth one. And then last one is that we recognize that whatever that I have and I'm experiencing today is based upon my past thought and feeling. So I continue to work on for a future outcome, but then what I bring today, meaning even tomorrow, is still continue to be based on our past. So we continue to be focused on a future outcome, accept the current reality, not get distracted, not get steered away saying that it's not working, but then continue on it, persistence, perseverance, right? And then naturally it's got to happen for us. This is the 5 point formula, dear friends, is something that we apply, and then many people have seen significant results in manifestation. I don't know if anybody here who's got an experience to share. This morning, somebody was sharing quite a powerful experience, in terms of their diabetes, in terms of their finishing up their basement, where they've spent a long time. Their basement was just not getting completed. Out of nowhere, he put it into his manifestation. Within a month, the basement got completed. Go figure, right? But it happens all the time, right? So, friends, it's great always to understand the science of manifestation, and it is simply put power of mind and power of consciousness. Power of mind visualization with a clear goal on it, dreaming about that future as if it's happening in our life. Power of consciousness is about removing any kind of limiting belief that have been driven to us for a period of time by reading more and more books and then tactically working on some empowering beliefs to solve a specific challenge that we are working through. We'll understand these two aspects more, visualization tomorrow before we set into meditation. And then reprogramming beliefs, if we have time, we're going to do it. Otherwise, we'll not do it because it's a little more involved subject. But instead, we're always doing a 3-day program at the end of this 40 days, just exclusively our manifestation. So we have an opportunity to that time work and then implement some of these concepts more deeply. With that, I ask Lawrence to give a comments.
Thank you, Chandra. A lot of very practical and scientific information that we can apply. And as you were concluding this for everyone, when Chandra say can be big things, small things, but you have to be aware, present to notice them. This morning, I went down to my breakfast and I saw my husband was reading a magazine. And the day before, I had asked him to help me a little bit on this Buddha CEO Foundation, but he showed me the magazine and say, well, Laurence, you told me yesterday about quantum physics and all of this, and I really don't understand what it has to do with meditation and what you are doing. It has nothing to do with it. What's the matter? And it was last night late. And this morning, he had this magazine that he went to buy this morning without knowing what was inside. And there was a full 2 pages about quantum physics, how it helps the body and the mind, from some scientists and doctors in French, because he's better confident in French. So he had a smile and say, okay, you wanted me to understand. I got it this morning. I know what you mean now. And I had been seriously, asking the universe and dreaming and that it would happen, that something would happen in synchronicity. So it would make it easier, to communicate on this topic as we are working on this Buddha CEO Foundation and creating programs. So a small thing like that is telling me that I am reprogramming, but I am also helping people around. And it's part of the journey. And it's all the science of manifestation. But just be aware and notice it. So I just wanted to give this anecdote because it was so funny as we are in a week of manifestation to see these things. And it's a for me because you need people around you to understand what you are going through and to be curious. And you need a way to explain to them so you can get faster into your journey. So that's all I wanted to share, Chandra. But thanks again for giving us this beautiful science of manifestation.
Wonderful. We have Sheetal, who is a manifestation master, right? Everybody is manifesting. Of course, we're going to hear Srimani's experience one of the Tuesdays, right? Those of you who want to hear Sheetal's experience, stay on. And otherwise, we're going to meet back. It's past 6:30, so we're going to meet back again tomorrow for more of this manifestation, but also practice that visualization along with the meditations to make it more powerful. So thank you all and have a great day. We'll meet back tomorrow again, but otherwise we're sharing in 2 minutes shortly after this short break and listening to Sheetal's experience.
Thinking, dreaming, believing, doing.
Yes, Sheetal, let's hear from you and then we'll take hear from Ekta and Abhirami.
Okay, sir. Hello, friends. My name is Sheetal. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I have been practicing meditation from 2010, but I did not know this manifestation technique. Though I was doing meditation, I know that once you meditate, things will happen naturally and things will happen the way you wanted. But this is a very big science. So I wanted to. The moment I came to know, I wanted to practice this manifestation. So we were looking for the house in Atlanta area. So every house has like different kind of combinations. So me and my husband wanted specific things. I wanted something, and my husband wanted other things. So what I did was like I used to sit in meditation for 30 minutes, and then after that I used to imagine that my house should be like this. Every corner should have a special character, and whatever like my husband's requirements are there, it should be there. And what I wanted is like nice backyard with full of trees, and every like room should be a very beautiful room. And my husband wanted a basement, and like those kind of things. I was just imagining and making my mind movie of my house. I think within 15 days, a realtor showed me this house. The moment I saw, that's it. I know this is the house. And then, like, we said, okay, we are ready to bid because the market was so demanded here because of the school. We were ready to bid, but realtor said that, somebody already bid it. And we came to see this house because if similar houses in the neighborhood, we want to buy the same house even without looking it, we can just sign up. So we want to see the house. And again, and my daughter, she was sitting on the bed, like bed, and she's saying, oh, I wish we had this house, I like this house so much, and this could have been my room. I said, yes, it could be your room. So they just put the bed. You never know, it might be our house too. To my surprise, within 5 days, like whoever put the bid in the beginning, they backed out and they called us like, hey, the house, whatever you saw is ready to take in. You want to pursue. So we said, okay, go ahead and do it. So that is how I manifested my house. Like, anything can happen with this manifestation. Exactly. Yeah. I am living in the house that I made a mind movie. That's what my manifestations are.
Wow, so we can create houses. Wonderful. Naga Pradeep told he created an exact job he wanted, flexible, close to home, gives him opportunity service, gives double pay. So many conditions he had, my God. And then you had so many things that you wanted, all of them, and you manifest. Great to see. So meditation is manifestation not only for lofty things, it's to satisfy our real inner desire, real desire. Superficial, we recognize that suddenly we'll manifest, puts a lot of energy, and then we manifest it, and then we no longer enjoy it. It's a waste of energy. So this is where meditation comes in to bring that clarity of what is that I want to go after. It is okay to be housed, it's over a car, it can be definitely for a non-profit, it can be something, or it's about my inner happiness. But what is it exactly I want? I think it gives that clarity. You got to meditate for it, dear friends. But also understand the purpose of life, a little bit of it. But there's no replacement to more and more meditation, and you'll only know how much clarity you have about what to ask. Yes. Beautiful. Ekta. Ekta Goelji.
Good evening, Chandra sir. Chandra sir, I also have a story to share. If you remember, during May when we attended this 40 days workshop, there was a storm which had suddenly struck our home in Agra, and I had a little play area for our kids. I used to take children's classes. I remember I showed it to, if you can remember, I showed it to
Yes.
Patriji. Why did it happen to me? Everything was shattered. Everything just went away in the storm.
Correct.
And then sir told me, ki, don't worry, something better is going to come up. But during the lockdowns, the earnings were so less, everything was so difficult. I had no clue, I had no idea how it is ever going to come up. At least in a year's time, though, it is not possible, as far as I considered, because it was just my passion. And can you believe it? It is complete and ready now.
Within
Chandra,
before
sir,
the
the whole structures got built very beautifully done. Earlier, it was a very rustic thing. Now it is very modern. Everything the way I wanted it is done. So I am so grateful to this team. I am so deeply, deeply grateful to this whole Buddha CEO team for that. It was just great. That was awesome.
Wonderful, Ektaji. So what did you do differently from then to now? If without meditation, what was that you would have done was what you did differently?
I could not get your question, sir.
Basically, what did you do differently? So I guess you must have stayed very positive about this manifestation, right?
Yes, I continued meditating. I continued to meditate, and those Chandra sir told me one answer. He told me, Ekta, it has happened for good. It will come out on its own. So I said, not Chandra sir, Karthikeyan sir had told me, Ekta,
Yeah.
everything will be fine.
Yeah.
And then I just took hold on his words, and I had faith in his words. Like he's telling me something, I do believe in it. And I continued to meditate and just left it. I just let go it. I did not, hold on to it, why it had happened, this, that. I had just left it, and with the belief that something nice is going to happen, and continued my journey. And on its own, in August and September, it was done.
Wow, that's great. No, I remember how badly it was broken down
Yeah.
that. And yes, the moment you don't put any negative thought around it, which is what you did. You stayed away worrying about why did it happen, where did it ever come up, what's going to happen to me. All of that have gone away. You didn't even have any of those vibrations. So naturally, the best has to happen. Okay,
Yeah.
wonderful.
But Chandra sir, I have now one more question. Earlier, things were, COVID was not affecting me so much. But Chandra sir, with a person in our family getting affected with COVID, I have faced a lot of fear now. That fear goes into my stomach. So what do I do to remove that? It has become so, I become panic stricken.
Read books on life beyond life. There's no death.
Okay.
There's no death. Is there death? Understand it. So
Okay.
read Autobiography of Yogi. Read,
Okay.
what do you do? I mean, there is this panic. I mean, when you said somebody got affected, is perhaps vacated the body or what? Somebody in the family. When you say
Family.
somebody got affected, so are they still alive or they're not there anymore?
Better, much better, much better.
Then what's the problem? They're anyway recovered, so it comes and goes. It comes and goes. So anyway, so as you understand that we are here, we're going to be here. As long as the purpose is there, we're going to be here.
Hmm.
You see whether you're aligned to your purpose. You said, I'm passionate about something. You got your passion also manifested to you. You got so much work to do. So where can you go? Where will you go? You can't go anywhere. So you'll be here. But in any case, increase your understanding about where are we going from here. Is it all bones and molecules? Are we? This is the end of it, or is there something more? So we got to understand that a little bit more. It gives us a lot more strength and confidence.
Yes, sir. So there's one more thing. Just today also I was meditating, and then you tell us that during meditation, put a positive vibe in it. And can you imagine? Today I was meditating, I put a negative emotion in my meditation.
You put a negative emotion.
Yes, that something is happening to my heart. I am not well. Can you imagine that? That kind of fear has got into me.
Yeah. So that's what. So you'll have to take possibilities. You got to study. For example, I'll give an example, right? My dad at 83, he got COVID, but we didn't even take him to the hospital, right? We said we're going to meditate with him, and then he recovered. My mom recovered. So there are so many people are recovering. So every time you put a possibility and say, so many people are recovering, so I'm going to be one like that. So be on it, as opposed to keep looking at it and say, okay, what happens to me? If something happens, so what? You got to answer that question.
Yes. No, that's good.
I mean, it's got to be. The fear of death is the highest death, the highest fear, which is going to hold us back in many, many ways and not doing many things. We have to understand it. We have to understand. We have to tackle it head on by reading all the relevant literature. Read Brian Weiss. Brian Weiss, the head of psychology department. What's the time now? 6:50. Psychology department in the University of Florida, and he did extensive research and then documented about the books are called Many Lives, Many Masters, Same Life, Many Bodies, Same Body, Many Lives. So there's all kinds of books are there documenting that there's life continuum. There's life continuum. So why worry?
Okay.
Why fear?
I fear.
We must experiment it. We must read and expand our consciousness.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you, Chandra. So thank you so much.
Yes.
Yes, sir. We have Abhirami.
Good morning, everybody. Chandra sir, I had a question regarding how you were talking about the bird's feather, right? How suddenly you want to see and it manifests. There have been several occasions where actually things happen like that, where it is a passing thought and I would have seen it happening really. It would happen right away in front of me and I would just call them, oh, a miracle happened like that. But what I want to know is, what is the difference between that passing thought versus a very specified thought that doesn't manifest?
So first of all, there's no passing thought, Abhiramiji. There's no passing thought. Everything is a science. So every thought is an energy that goes out there. Every feeling is an energy that goes out there. And then that field is all full of frequencies of various possibilities. So whatever goes and matches there, then observing it collapses it. It is just that we are not aware to notice it. We might have asked for it sometime before, and then it is maybe manifesting now, since we cared least about it. So even though it shows up, we don't recognize it. Right? So things happen that way, right? It's called default creation. We ask for it, we don't bother about it, it happens. Now, deliberate creation, which is where we are using the power of manifestation, we're becoming an active creator. We want to play an active player into it, right? We play actively, and then we're going to create stuff. Out of these 13 players in a game, if there are 2 extras, the extras did not play, and then 11 players played, but everybody gets a certificate. If they win, they get the cup. It's like that. Default creation is where you don't do anything active, but it happens for you. And deliberate creation is where you also an active player until you're actually participating and then playing. So an active thought, what we say, if I want to take that equation to this visualization I talked about today, visualization, where you're producing a lot more energy and electromagnetic energy to make it happen. So you're putting it. Now then you say, even though I'm applying, it doesn't happen. And many of the times we don't have patience to wait enough because we have our own time frame. And so we don't wait, but then oftentimes, now that we understand it, go back and then start observing. If it passes our time frame, it is still most of the time happening. One. Two, it's like this. If I'm going, there is a signal, there's a traffic light. You are going for an important meeting, and I'm going from one road, you're going from another road. Both are going. We both have important meetings. We're going. I'm wishing I want green, and you're wishing you want green. What do you think should happen? You want green, I want green, because I have an important meeting, you have an important meeting. What do you think should happen there at the signal? Both green?
No, whoever needs the most should get it.
There you go. That's the answer. So there's always something higher, that's why this intelligence is there, that we got to, if you question the consciousness, then everything is questions, you don't have an answer. But if there is enough evidence to understand that the consciousness is large enough, it's intelligent enough, it's always paying attention, and it's looking at saying exactly what you said. Whoever needs the most, they're going to get the green. Who is seeing it? Somebody up there, meaning somebody's got this larger vision is seeing it, right? And so we get it. So then what is the technique of making my manifestation work every time? A lot of times we ask for it being individual, separate. I want it. Unmindful of whether it is going to be, whether somebody else is going to be better. So if you change the manifest, ask, hey, I want green, but let the best be happen for everybody. Can you do that much? I want green, but let the best be happen for people involved. If you do that much, then we'll always come out emerging, because we ourselves in the first place have an acceptance for what we ask. And how do we get that move from I want this to I want this, but let the best be happen for people involved, is where we expand our consciousness. We start becoming one, identify that we're always taken care in every time, as long as we look and operate as one. So that's why I keep driving in the program that at the end of the day, there's only one. We become one. Drop the difference. Everything is insignificant. Can I become one with people, places, and things? Ultimately, that's all is there, nothing else. And
Wonderful.
what do you do, Abramiji?
I am right now just a housewife, and we have a beautiful Baba temple where I have the blessings to be a part of it. And one of the biggest reason that I ask this question is, I don't know if we have time, but we have a prasadalaya in the Baba temple that is unfinished. So every time I pray and hope that we need the funds to create it. And I believe Baba will design it, and I surrender to him to say whatever is the best. He knows the plan. And that is what I work on. I keep working on that. But at the same time, when you talk about manifestation, I cannot be concerned about how it happens or the result of it, but I just wish that it happens quickly to be able to offer prasadams for everybody. So in that regard, I just wanted to know, like every single thing, like I would be praying for somebody that person would come to the temple and get blessings, or we would be healing somebody, right? So it is very amazing to see certain things manifest and certain things don't manifest. And I surrender to Baba saying, okay, this is the best. But because we were talking about manifestation, and I wanted to understand what is the difference.
Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. Most of the time, it's not happening because we do not believe in it. That's very most of the time we do not believe that I'm that intelligence, and hence I'm creating that possibility. A lot of times we do not believe it. Doubt somebody external is doing it. Is how we think. It starts from there. We can have more questions. I think we're going to start a book club very soon. So thank you very much. Right? There is a book club.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you all, and then have a great day, and we'll meet back tomorrow again. Thank you. Bye, Sheetal. Bye, Sridevi.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, Lawrence.
Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye. Hi, Raghuramji. Wonderful. See you all.
Have a great day, everyone. Great night.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Practice.